The headlines denied. Anambra Governor Soludo approves committee for asthmata. Anambra State government partners introduce rotavirus vaccine into routine immunization. 89 ordinary session of Council of ECOWAS ministers begins in Abuja. On the foreign scene tonight, Ukraine war, 13,000 Ukraine soldiers killed so far. Well, before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo CFR has approved the appointment of 24 persons as members of Caretaker Committee for Anambra State Market Amalgamated Traders Association, ASMATA. This was contained in a press release signed by Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Christian Aburume, while Chief Humphrey Anuna will serve as the President General. Mr. Obinno Kechukwu will function as the first President General, while Chukwudi Nwankwo will serve as the second President General. Mr. Macaulay Ekwe is Secretary of the Committee to be assisted by Honorable Charles Okoye, while Matthew Onyechi will serve as Financial Secretary. Emeka Unebu will serve as the PRO. Others are Henry Akpotuech, Treasurer, Nze Cosmas, Okmanebu Welfare, Callistus Okeke, Provost 1, and Francis Ogeni, Provost 2 members. Other members include Eric Nwama will represent Onitsha Zone, Emmanuel Obiagu Idemili Zone, Mrs. Promise Ezigwe Orca Zone, Peter Wankwo Oyi Zone, Leonard Onwatuegu Newi Zone, and Ezigwe Chidozie Agwata Zone. Chief Tome Ezanwaka, Chief Jude Wankwo, and Chief Jude Agumada will serve as patrons. Anambra State government has commenced the process of establishing mammography center at Onitsha General Hospital for the treatment of cervical cancer. The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, disclosed this during a bilateral discussion between the Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Health and the Ministry of Health on the 2023 budget estimate of the ministry. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modlin was there and now reports.
Dr. Obidike emphasized that the mammography center, which will become functional before the end of this year, will be used to treat 5,000 women of cervical cancer, breast cancer, and other non-communicable diseases free of charge next year. The commissioner said Governor Chukwuma Soludo is focused on ensuring that Ndi Anambra have access to adequate healthcare and has employed over 300 health personnel to fill the gap created by lack of human resources. He identified Ekulobia, Enugu, and Umweri General Hospitals as health institutions that will be refurbished to international standard. Dr. Obidike informed the committee that the Soludo administration is building another oxygen plant at Onitsha General Hospital that will serve Anambra North Senatorial District, while the oxygen plant at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amak Oka, will become functional again in no distant time, among others.
The one aim and one agenda we have for the state, we and the Minister of Health have come to serve the people of the state. By God's grace, in 2 months' time, we're going to have an oxygen plant that is functional at Onitsha. The Global Fund is achieving us that. All the aspects of it is concluded, and that is going to serve all the Onitsha aunties. Because
in his remarks, the chairman of Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Health, Dr. Kata Umodoago, applauded Governor Soludo for his interventions in the health sector and expressed satisfaction with the budget performances of the Ministry of Health and Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency this year. Dr. Umodago urged the executive arm of government to increase the budgetary allocation of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amak Oka, for optimum performance next year.
I appreciate you for that, and I pray you that mindset will not let it not die down, please. Oxygen is life, and I believe that by the grace of God, we're going to achieve the expected heights.
From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
Infants in the state can now receive rotavirus vaccine free of cost at all public and private healthcare centers in Anambra State. This follows the introduction of the rotavirus vaccine into the routine immunization schedule. Correspondent David Okwakwasili reports that the introduction is through the efforts of the Anambra State government and our partners, including the United Nations Children's Fund, World Health Organization, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Rotary International, and other local and international partners. His reports.
Speaking during the inauguration of the exercise at Primary Health Care Center in Gwagede in Njikoka local government area, Governor Chukwuma Soludo said that the rotavirus vaccine is essential to reduce the number of deaths caused by diarrheal diseases, as diarrhea is the leading cause of deaths in infants. Governor Soludo, represented by the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Famo Bidike, urged community and religious leaders to help sensitize their community members on the importance of ensuring that their children receive the rotavirus vaccine, saying there is no longer any reason for anyone not to take the vaccine, as the state government and their partners through their collaboration have ensured that the vaccine is given at no cost in all health facilities in the state.
More than 85% or 90% of their body fluid, of their body, is made up of what? Fluid. Maybe. So when they start vomiting and stooling, they are losing that greater percent of total body weight. We have the solution, because the solution is here. Isn't that so? So the solution is you get the vaccine, and even the vaccine, it will reduce.
The Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Chome Zenyemulu, explained that rotavirus vaccine will be intensified in all primary healthcare centers from November 29th to Tuesday, December 6, 2022 for children aged 6 weeks to 23 months, while it will be administered as part of the usual routine immunization schedule at 6th, 10th, and 14th weeks of a child alongside the pentavalent vaccine. Dr. Ezenyemulu added that the vaccine, which plays a preventive role, is very critical, as diarrheal diseases caused by rotavirus do not respond to antibiotic therapy but only to rehydration, a treatment method that is difficult to be applied on infants.
There will be 1 week routine immunization intensification in primary healthcare centers across the state, starting from today to 6 December 2022. For children aged 6 weeks to 23 months, where rotavirus vaccine shall be administered alongside other antigens according to immunization schedule.
Contributing, the State Coordinator, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Obiora Agbapulu, who spoke on behalf of the partners, pledged their support in ensuring that the exercise yields expected results in the state, while the Transition Committee Chairman of Njikoka Local Government Area, Mr. Clems Agigi, commended the Anambra State Government for all its efforts to better primary healthcare services and solicited the support of the state government in providing enough qualified health personnel at the primary health centers.
I need you very much to be closer to us. Self-medication. It is destroying people's lives.
Governor Soludo later led other dignitaries at the event to perform a symbolic administration of rotavirus vaccines on the children. The inaugural ceremony was attended by community leaders in Enugwagide and Njikoka local government area, led by Igwe Mike Okekuche, the traditional ruler of Enugwagide, his cabinet, and the President General of the community, Pharmacist Victor Okeke.
A special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on legal matters, Barrister Tobi Chukwumeke, has played host to the candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA for Anambra East and West Federal Constituency, Chief Chinedu Obidigwe, and other candidates of the party in the 2023 general elections in the area. Chief Obidigwe, who is seeking re-election at the National Assembly, has been representing the constituency since 2019. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo-Okoye has details.
Speaking at his residence at Nsugbe in Anambra East local government area, Barrister Nweke said as a stakeholder and a leader of the party in his community, he deemed it necessary to host and demonstrate the unalloyed support of the community to the APGA government because, according to him, the party has brought many dividends of democracy to Nsugbe and beyond. Barrister Nweke, who extolled Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the inauguration of Onitsha Akpaka Road with support Nsugbe called on the people of Nsugbe to support the administration and the party.
So the governor has shown us a lot of magnanimity and benevolence, which we had not witnessed before in any regime. So APGA is a trending party in my community now. So the duty we have is to demonstrate that gratitude to the party. And that's why we decided to gather here and welcome one of our people.
In his speech, Chief Obidigwe recounted all the projects he attracted to the area, including in Nsugbe, promising for more infrastructural development if re-elected. Chief Obidigwe maintained that the All Progressives Grand Alliance has shown Ndi Anambra that fund meant for the state is used for the services, noting that the party has improved education, health and all sectors of the economy and solicited for their support in the 2023 election, while commending Barrister Nweke for the bold step taken in hosting him.
Well, I'm wishing them well. I thank them for thanking entire Nsugbe people for being firmly in support of my candidature and other candidates of the party APGA. Precisely, I have promised them that more infrastructural development for Nsugbe people, and I wish them to support me for the second term and vote en masse for Chinedu Obidigwe.
For the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka, the gathering was a step in the right direction as it will remind the party faithful of what they have benefited from the party.
Because nobody can leader direction. We leader and we go direction. And direction tata we go na akoma. Na apuga, not just akoma, na apuga kaina. So I'm very, very happy now today. Na and we go ebayi na eje na Nsugbe. Then we go leadership na Nsugbe.
The special advisor to Governor Soludo on youth empowerment, Dr. Nelson Omenwa, said that Chief Obidigwe has contributed immensely to the growth of the party and worked exceedingly hard to deliver on the mandate given to him in 2019 and asked the people to vote him in for the second term in office. In their separate speeches, the chairman of APGA Nsugbe Ward 1, Mrs. Chinyere Ata, the APGA campaign chairman, Mr. Oster Nwoye, and the youth leader of United Anambra Youth Assembly, Mr. Nonso Onwuzlike, disclosed that Chief Obidigwe has impacted positively on the lives of the people of the constituency. In attendance at the event were the APGA candidate for Anambra East House of Assembly in the next election, Mr. Obi Nweke, Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, among others. From Nsugbe, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Journalists have been advised to imbibe good dressing habits as it exudes confidence in the field. This formed the crucial message during the maiden edition of NUJ Fashion and Art Exposition 2022 organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Anambra State Council in collaboration with Anambra State Government, held at the Godwin Ezemo International Conference Center in Awka. We have details.
Speaking at the event, Mr. Don Onyenji, the Anambra Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, thanked the NUJ for organizing the event, which he said showcased Igbo culture and made in Anambra art. He stated that Igbo culture has eroded over time, but there has been a recent turnaround, with Ndi Igbo now embracing the culture as part of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration's agenda. The Commissioner advocated for proper dress culture, noting that first impression matters and that one's dressing can elicit either a positive or negative reactions from others.
Your dress speaks about you so much, and it's a shame that some of our girls, including mothers of today, are insulting themselves in the society because of what they wear. The respect you must have for yourself will start with yourself.
Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Abanyim Chijoke, General Manager and Chief Operating Officer, Anambra State Signage and Advertising Agency, thanked the event's organizers, saying that the concepts of art and journalism have creativity at their core, and as such, journalists have a role to play in bringing art to the forefront.
When I listen to the great journalists we've had in the past, be it broadcast journalists, or those that write, there has to be this element of creativity in you for you to make a good journalist. That is why I see, or where I see the relevance of what we are doing today.
While thanking everyone who came, the chairman of the NUJ, Anambra State Council, Dr. Emeka Odogwu, stated that art, fashion and journalism cannot be separated because journalists are the ones who make art visible.
I want the journalists, and I think the people that enter are those fashion designers and so to speak. So I want to encourage the journalists to always package those in art family and those in fashion family, because we are always two to tango. Am I communicating? Those who are yet to come here, we will take this message to them to know that art, fashion, journalism cannot be separated. Remove journalism and journalists from the art and fashion. You wouldn't know anything about fashion. You wouldn't know anything about art. But it's journalists that will promote the art. Journalists that will promote the fashion.
Speaking on the theme, the relevance of arts in discerning effective journalism, Barrister Edith Anyano, a private legal practitioner, stated that journalism is an enviable profession that allows one to meet people from all walks of life, but there is a need to employ decency in dressing in order to make a good first impression. Barrister Anyano advised journalists to be cautious and hold themselves in high esteem, pointing out indecent dressing of a journalist, such as revealing outfits, shabby garments, blouses with missing garments, rumpled shirts, among other things. She also urged stakeholders to look into the well-being of journalists in order to revitalize the profession. Others who spoke at the event included the Director, National Orientation Agency, Barrister Charles Warji, represented by Barrister Ifeoma Chijoke, and the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra Newspapers and Printing Corporation, Mr. Chuka Nabife. Fashion runway exhibition and art presentations featured at the event. In Oka, I am Onyinye Agubeze reporting for ABS News.
And moving on to our national stories now. The 89th Ordinary Session of the Council of Ministers, considered a veritable platform for reviewing the programs of regional organizations, has commenced in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. The meeting, attended by representatives of member states, is to brainstorm on key issues confronting the region, while providing the head of state and government with the requisite knowledge on the best way to advance the community for collective impact. Princess Ekwi Ajude completes the story.
On this backdrop, the ECOWAS Commission's administration is keen on enhancing the activities of the Commission to promote integration. President of ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Ali Toure, in his speech, urged ECOWAS ministers to support the realization of the region's agenda for 2050 as it begins its program implementation. He said in compliance with the new financial regulations, planning is key to implementing projects and programs to reflect his administration's mantra, ECOWAS of the people. On his part, the Nigerian Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Dubaru Dada, said the meeting is in the interest of the citizens and urged representatives to utilize every given opportunity to advance the region's economy for sustainable integration.
Remaining aspects of the ongoing institutional reforms, especially the prudent management of community resources, in order to improve the effectiveness of the organization and make ECOWAS fit for purpose in the development of our regional integration agenda.
Later, the chairman of ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority, Koku Laurent Tosu, reviewed plans on how to collaborate to boost competitiveness in providing electricity so as to promote production and economic growth across member states.
The first phase of electricity, in which we would like to be sure that the bilateral contracts who have signed are well done and they can exchange easily the electricity between each other. They also expected that the grid would be done from Nigeria to Gambia on one way to facilitate the the communication.
At the event, new commissioners were also sworn in to pilot the affairs of the community for the next 4 years. It will be recalled that before this meeting, a 3-year budget, which is considered to be the first, had been presented for consideration based on the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide, ABS News.
The foreign scene, up to 13,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed since the start of Russia's invasion, a senior official has said. Mr. Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, said between 10,000 and 13,000 troops had died. Neither Ukraine nor Russia tends to release figures for casualties, and Mr. Podolyak's comments have not been confirmed by the Ukrainian military. In June, he said between 100 and 200 Ukrainian soldiers were dying daily. Last month, the most senior U.S. General Mark Milley said around 100,000 Russian and 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers had been killed or wounded since the start of the war. On sports, Nigerians began their pursuit of a 2024 ICC T20 World Cup sport with a win over Mozambique in the African Sub-Region B qualifiers at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium, Kigali, Rwanda. The Yellow Greens won their opening game against the Mozambicans by 8 wickets after making 87 runs in 13.5 overs and dropping 2 wickets in the process, while Mozambique recorded 86 runs in 20 overs and dropped 8 wickets. Nigeria won the toss of the match and elected to field first, thereby chasing the Mozambican score in the second innings. Analyzing the result, a cricket enthusiast and journalist Seun Ajidegba credited the Yellow Greens for making a light work of their opponents. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Anambra Governor Soludo has approved committee for Asmata. Anambra State government partners have introduced rotavirus vaccine into routine immunization. 89th ordinary session of Council of ECOWAS ministers begins in Abuja. And the foreign scene, we brought to you that Ukraine war, 13,000 Ukraine soldiers have been killed so far. Well, here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Iberi Ugonna. Enjoy the rest of your evening.